Have you ever had that gut feeling, that tiny little whisper in the back of your mind telling you something is off? I did, and I ignored it. For months. I wish I hadn't. My wife, Sarah, and I had what I thought was the perfect marriage. 10 years of laughter, inside jokes, and building a life together. We were high school sweethearts, the couple everyone said was meant to be. But lately, a distance had grown between us. A quiet, chilly space that I couldn't quite figure out how to bridge. It started with small things. Her phone, which used to be left on the counter, was suddenly always with her, screen down. Late nights at work became more frequent, explained away with a tired sigh and a quick, "Just a big project, babe." I wanted to believe her. I really did. After all, this was Sarah, the love of my life. Trust was the foundation of everything we had built. So I pushed my doubts down, telling myself I was being paranoid, insecure. I made more of an effort. I planned date nights, brought her flowers, tried to reignite the spark I felt was dimming. She'd smile, but her eyes wouldn't quite meet mine. It was like she was there, but also a million miles away. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. Completely ordinary, forgettable Tuesday that would end up being seared into my memory forever. I got off work early, a rare treat, and decided to surprise her. I picked up her favorite takeout, a bottle of the wine we had on our first anniversary, and practically skipped to the front door, feeling a surge of hope. Maybe tonight would be the night we'd finally reconnect. I put my key in the lock and turned it. The door was already unlocked. A cold knot formed in my stomach. I stepped inside, calling her name. "Sarah, honey, I'm home early." Silence. The only sound was the low hum of the refrigerator. I walked through the living room and into the hallway leading to our bedroom, and that's when I heard it. A man's laugh. It wasn't mine. My heart hammered against my ribs, each beat a painful thud. My hands grew clammy. I stood there, frozen for what felt like an eternity, takeout bag crinkling in my clenched fist. Part of me wanted to turn around, to walk out the door and pretend I heard nothing, saw nothing. I couldn't. I had to know. I took a deep breath, pushed our bedroom door open, and my world shattered into a million irreparable pieces. There she was, my Sarah, in our bed, my best friend. Mark, the man who had been the best man at our wedding. The man I called my brother. They scrambled to cover themselves, faces a mask of shock and guilt. But the image was already burned into my mind. The betrayal was twofold, a brutal gut punch that knocked all the air from my lungs. I didn't shout. I didn't scream. I just stood there, staring at the wreckage of my life. The wine bottle slipped from my hand and crashed to the floor, red liquid spreading across the hardwood like a pool of blood. That sound finally broke the spell. I dropped the takeout and turned without a word. I walked out the front door, leaving my keys on the table, and just kept walking. I didn't know where I was going. All I knew was that the man who had walked into that house full of hope was gone forever, replaced by a stranger hollowed, out by a betrayal so deep it felt like a part of my soul had died. That single moment didn't just end my marriage. It ended the life I knew, the man I was, and the future I thought was mine. It's a long road back from a moment like that, and some days I'm still walking. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar, know you're not alone. Hit that subscribe button for more real stories.